Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Richard Huang. I'm with Ebix. We're the makers of Smart Office, for those of you that are not familiar with us. Today, I thought I'd share a little bit of a different presentation, more about what we see in the industry and what we're trying to do to solve this particular problem of fragmentation. So we do know that there are many users out there today that are using various types of browsers. We see here IE being the more popular one, of course. But the other ones have emerged over the years, and we find that they're really being used primarily at the home, maybe on their devices. But we also see on the mobile devices, half the world probably pretty much uses iPhone, and the other half uses Android. But that world is fragmented even further. You've got different devices, different flavors of Android that are all being used today. But one interesting thing is everyone accesses email. That's the big thing in their life, and that we find that 51% of all users access emails on their phone now. And out of that, 26% use iPhone. That was a really interesting statistic. But the real gem in here is Outlook. Outlook is still #1 when it comes to emails opened up on the desktop. Today, I don't think that that's going away anytime soon, and so we have to embrace that type of fragmentation. And so we also have to take a look. We also have to take a look at not only the fragmentation of the operating system and the applications, but also when people use these devices throughout the day. So here we find that in the morning time, you tend to wake up with your phone. You tend to access your emails right after you get out of bed. And then you access your desktop at home. And here, the dominant player is always going to be the PC. It's always going to be the Windows experience. But when you get home, when you're sitting on the couch, when you're watching television, maybe you're watching your favorite CSI episode, you're probably accessing your tablet. And so what we have to think about as a CRM vendor is, how does this relate to the advisor and their staff when they're working? They go through all of these different applications and platforms and devices throughout the day. And so how do we support that fragmentation? So here's what we've done. We really challenged our group internally to say, can we envision a world in which the CRM has industry-specific data, investments, insurance data flowing into the CRM at the advisor level? Can we couple that with industry integrations, Laser app being notable? Can we also work with the email clients in a more meaningful way that doesn't require a synchronization? It requires very little effort. Move into a folder and it gets synchronized and gets posted to the client record across all devices. Can we leverage Google? Can we leverage Exchange so that there is no synchronization process at the user level? It's happening on the back end. The magic is happening. The user doesn't know about it. It just works. It just happens. And then can we offer responsive design so that we can form into the various devices that are being put out there? We do not know how many of these devices are going to come out. It's changing every single day. So we have to respond to that by putting out responsive design. So what we see here at the bottom are multiple devices that have the ability to download the investment data, the insurance data, integrate with those applications that you work most with, and then you can consume it right on that device, and it's synchronized without any user intervention. So that's the magic that we've been working on. And let me give you an example of what that would look like. You've got our tools here. You've got an advisor today that have maybe an iPhone, maybe an Android phone, and they just want to enter a contact record. They just want to open it up. I met you. I met Joseph Ackerman. I put in Joseph Ackerman's contact information in the native application. Where does it go? It goes to the laptop back at the office. The staff now, on their browser, much more robust, much more functionality, right? But on their PC, that contact lives there now, immediately. So the staff then says, well, you know what, maybe I'll schedule an appointment for you for the advisor. What happens? In near real time, the advisor, when they log into their laptop on their PC or their MacBook, because they like to showcase that they have an Apple with their clients, and they want to use Outlook or something else, all those contacts should be there. Now, interestingly here, on your laptop, a lot of these advisors do not want to get into another CRM. They actually kind of push back on that. I'm sure most of you have run into that. So we want to embrace that. We want advisors to access their CRM functionality inside of Outlook, and furthermore, inside of the email. So when I'm looking at an email, I can see all your notes, the compliant notes that are in there. I can see all the documents, all the investments, all the policies, the pending cases, the illustrations, accessed inside of Outlook, inside of the email. Now, I do want to add some notes. I do want to post some emails back to the client record. I'm working throughout the day in my Outlook. What happens? The staff goes home. Maybe they want to catch up on some work. They pull out their iPad. They browse. It's a simplified version. It's responsive to the type of tablet that they have. And they have the same contact, that same email, that same calendared event, all in their tablet device. So what this really means to us, and I'm coming to the conclusion here, because I have a minute, our goal is simple. Content should act like water. It should flow into the various devices and conform to the containers that they're filling. So a phone should not behave like a PC. A PC should not behave like a tablet. Although the worlds are merging a bit, we want the ability for our users to go through any device, any browser, any application, and really get the content in a meaningful way in that container. So over the last year, we have really focused on simplifying and unifying our product today. I hope that we'll see some of you after this, and we can actually show you some demonstrations of how it works and why we believe that this is really going to change the way advisors look at technology. It's going to meet their expectation. It'll bridge that gap between their personal technology and their business technology, because currently there's a huge gap between the two. We all feel it here. We can do a lot of things on our iPhone, but for some reason, I just can't do it at work. We want to change that. So with that, thank you very much, and we hope to see you soon.